Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and get straight to the insights.
Glad to be here.
So have you ever wondered about the buzz around non-invasive body sculpting? I mean, it's everywhere lately.
It really is. It's a rapidly growing area, definitely transforming personal wellness and, the beauty industry itself.
Exactly. So what do you already know, or maybe what are you curious about when it comes to these, well, innovative treatments?
That's a fantastic question to kick us off. Today, we're really taking a deep dive into that world, the world of professional body contouring.
And we're looking at it through a specific lens, right?
Yeah, specifically through the unique perspective of a leading Australian training academy. We've pulled together quite a stack of sources for this one.
What kind of sources?
We've got detailed course descriptions, some really insightful blog posts, and even a video transcript directly from the academy's founder. So quite a bit to unpack.
Okay, great. So our mission today is pretty clear then. We're going to unpack the science, or some of it anyway, behind these popular body contouring treatments.
Right. And look at the training involved. What does it take to master these things?
Yeah, explore the cutting-edge training that's apparently setting new standards and discover the unique approach of a celebrated expert in this field.
The goal is really to give you, the listener, a clear, comprehensive understanding, without getting totally bogged down in jargon.
We want those aha moments.
Mm-hmm.
And just for clarity, before we jump in, the company name Bodi Slim, it's pronounced Bodi Slim.
Good note. B-O-D-Y Slim.
Got it. Okay, let's jump right in. Let's unpack this dynamic landscape of non-invasive body contouring. The materials show there's just, well, a lot happening.
There really is.
What exactly are these technologies, and how do they manage to, reshape the body without a single surgical incision? That's the key part.
It's truly a fascinating array of technologies, all designed to reshape the body without surgery. We're talking about treatments like fat freezing, which is also known as cryolipolysis.
Right, I've heard of that one. Cold, right?
Exactly. It uses controlled cold to essentially trigger the breakdown of fat cells. Then there's laser lipolysis, or LLT, sometimes called cold laser.
Okay, laser instead of cold.
Yeah. This one uses focused light waves to target fat, different mechanism. And we also have EMS muscle stimulation. That's high-MT technology.
EMS, that sounds familiar, like those ab belts?
Sort of, but much more powerful. It uses high-intensity, focused electromagnetic fields. The idea is to induce really strong muscle contractions.
So it's like a supercharged workout, but you're not actually working out. That sounds pretty appealing, I have to say.
Yeah, that's the appeal.
But for our listeners, what's the key difference between what that Heimp thing achieves and, say, just hitting the gym? Is it the same kind of benefit physiologically, or is it something else?
That's a great question. While both definitely build muscle, Heimp can induce muscle contractions far more intensely and way more frequently than you could ever do voluntarily in a workout.
How intense?
We're talking about thousands of what they call supramaximal contractions in just one short session. This can lead to rapid muscle growth, hypertrophy, and potentially even creating new muscle fibers, hyperplasia.
Wow.
Yeah, it's something that's quite difficult to replicate just through standard exercise alone. And the list of treatments goes on. Yeah.
Right, you mentioned others.
Yeah, there's red light therapy, photobiomodulation that uses specific light wavelengths for skin rejuvenation and healing.
Yeah.
Then vat cavitation.
Ultrasound.
Exactly. Uses ultrasound waves to break down fat cells. And RF skin tightening, which uses radio frequency energy to, tighten the skin. That's often important after fat reduction.
Makes sense.
And there's also the G5 lymphatic machine, BBL vacuum therapy, that uses suction and pressure for contouring, and lipomassage, which is a type of focused vacuum massage for fat cells.
That's a lot of tech. But what's the common thread?
The big shared benefit, the main draw for all of these, is that they're non-invasive.
Mm-hmm.
So no surgery, essentially zero downtime.
Zero downtime.
Yeah,
Really?
pretty much. No need for anesthesia, no liposuction, obviously. Clients can basically return to their normal activities immediately after a session.
Okay, understanding the tech is one thing, but knowing what people are actually asking for, that's different. With all these options, what are the sources telling us about, the real demand in salons, especially here in Australia?
That's definitely a crucial question for anyone in this business. The market research and the salon demand data we looked at, it points pretty clearly to the top 5 body contouring treatments Australian salons are booking most in 2025.
Okay, the top 5, what are they?
Right now, it's looking like fat freezing, RF skin tightening, EMS muscle stimulation, laser lipolysis, and the G5 massage.
Interesting mix. Some fat reduction, some muscle toning, skin tightening, and massage.
Exactly. And what's particularly insightful, I think, is that this list is explicitly backed by market research, salon demand, and Bodi Slim student data.
So it's not just guesswork.
No, it indicates a very strategic, very client-driven approach to deciding which services to offer. They're listening to the market.
That makes a lot of sense. Focus on what clients actually want. Now, going back to the laser lipolysis you mentioned, the sources talk about specific wavelengths, like 532 nanometers, 635 millimeters, or 850 millimeters. What do those numbers actually mean? Are they important?
They are important, yeah. Those numbers, the nanometers, they refer to specific wavelengths of light.
Okay.
You can almost imagine them as different colors of light, although not always visible. Each one is precisely tuned to penetrate the skin to a certain depth.
Ah, so depth is key.
Right. And they interact specifically with certain cells, like fat cells in this case. This precision is really fundamental to how it works.
So it targets the fat without messing with other stuff.
Exactly. It allows the laser to target fat effectively without damaging the surrounding tissues or needing any incisions. That's the whole principle of these non-invasive techs. Each wavelengths might have a slightly different penetration depth or maybe a subtly different effect, but basically they represent the focused light energy used for fat reduction.
Got it. Precision light. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the person behind a lot of this innovation, according to our sources. Tanya White.
Right.
She's introduced as the founder of Bodi Slim, and she has quite the reputation. Australia's #1 body sculpting certified trainer, winner of the Best Online Training Academy for Body Sculpting in Australia of 2025. That's pretty impressive.
It certainly is. And Tanya's background, it's incredibly comprehensive, really diverse, which I think speaks volumes about her whole approach to training. It's described as holistic.
Holistic. How so? What's in that background?
Well, she brings 15 years of experience in the beauty industry, which you'd expect.
Yeah.
But also, and this is interesting, 8 years with ambulance emergency services and first response.
Whoa, ambulance services. That's not the typical path into the beauty industry. How does that connect?
It seems to contribute significantly to her unique qualifications, yeah. She's a nationally accredited trainer, holds a certificate for in training and assessment. That's the TAE 4011 student.
Okay, the official training qualification?
Right. But beyond that, certifications in life coaching, advanced beauty therapy, a diploma in nursing and patient care.
Nursing and patient care, too.
Yes. And even, get this, a certificate in AI specifically for ChatGPT.
Okay, that's quite a mix. Beauty, emergency medicine, coaching, AI.
Exactly. And this diverse background, combining that medical knowledge, nutrition principles from patient care, perhaps beauty research, that's what allows her, according to the sources, to offer this really holistic approach to her training.
So the emergency services part isn't just trivia.
No, it seems crucial. It means she has this deep understanding of anatomy, physiology, and client safety protocols from a real medical standpoint, not just a cosmetic one.
Right, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it ensures her students get this really well-rounded, deeply informed education. Focus on both the results, obviously, but also on safety and responsibility.
That is a fascinating blend of skills. So, okay, what does this all mean for someone who actually wants to learn these techniques? Because the materials really hype up Bodi Slim's trademarked technique, ContourIQ.
Yes, ContourIQ Elite.
What makes it Australia's first and only trademarked body contouring technique? And why is it positioned as such a game changer?
This seems to be the real aha moment in their offering. ContourIQ Elite, it's described exactly like that. Australia's first and only trademarked body contouring technique, and apparently it's now getting recognition globally.
So what is it? What's groundbreaking about it?
Its groundbreaking nature seems to lie in its synergistic approach. It's not just about using one treatment in isolation.
Ah, combination therapy.
Precisely. It's about combining and sequencing them strategically to optimize the body's natural response. The aim is for truly lasting results.
Can you give an example of the sequence?
Sure. Think of it like this. Maybe fat freezing initiates the fat cell breakdown process. Then fat cavitation comes in to help liquefy those targeted fat cells.
Okay.
Then, crucially, RF skin tightening follows to make sure the skin retracts nicely after the fat's reduced so you don't get looseness.
Right. Skin laxity is a concern.
And then maybe EMS muscle stimulation enhances the toning and definition in the area. But the key element they emphasize is incorporating high-powered laser lipolysis into this mix.
Ah, the laser again. Why is that key here?
They position it almost like a metabolic accelerator. It helps ensure those fat cells that have been released are actually metabolized, used for energy by the body, and not just restored somewhere else.
So it's not just using one tool, but like a whole toolkit used in the right order for a layered effect.
Exactly. And the Academy, they really highlight this as a significant industry shift. There's a quote, "Out with the old. 8 mapping techniques. Been there, done that. It's 2024 now, let's step into 2025. Laser lipolysis is taking over. You simply can't run a body sculpting biz without it."
Wow, that is a bold statement about laser lipolysis taking over. What makes them so confident? Is it like for specific clients or business types, or do they see it as essential for everyone now?
Well, what the sources seem to suggest is that the precision and the efficiency you get with laser lipolysis, especially when you integrate it into a comprehensive protocol like ContourIQ, it just offers a significant competitive edge.
Edge in terms of results.
Yeah, it's about achieving those lasting results more reliably and catering to a market that, let's face it, increasingly wants effective, non-invasive solutions with minimal fuss, minimal downtime.
So it's about meeting client expectations.
Right. It's not necessarily saying other methods are totally obsolete, but more that laser lipolysis is becoming a core, almost indispensable tool for salons aiming for those top-tier comprehensive results and wanting to really stay competitive.
Okay, that makes sense. And beyond this main ContourIQ technique, does Bodi Slim offer other specialized training?
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's a breadth of other specialized courses mentioned. For instance, their G5 lymphatic machine training. Apparently, it's Australia's first to include something called the internationally recognized dip and drag technique.
Dip and drag. What's that?
It was developed in the USA, and Bodi Slim now teaches it exclusively in Australia, according to the material.
And what are the benefits of that specific technique, the dip and drag, for body contouring? It sounds kind of mechanical.
Well, the G5 machine itself, especially with this technique, it isn't just about fat. It seems crucial for optimizing the overall results. It uses this kind of percussive massage.
Like a massage gun, but more advanced.
Sort of, yeah, to stimulate lymphatic drainage, which is basically helping your body naturally flush out toxins and, importantly, those broken down fat cells we talked about.
Ah, clearing the debris.
Exactly. It also helps with something called fascia release, loosening up that connective tissue that can get tight and contribute to cellulite or maybe restrict blood flow.
Okay, so smoother skin too.
Right. By improving the lymphatic flow and releasing that tight fascia, you tend to get smoother looking skin, better circulation, and it supports the overall contouring effort, potentially reducing the appearance of cellulite too.
Interesting. So it's a support treatment almost? What else?
There's also an advanced add-on course for something called the pelvic floor cushion EMS, very specialized, focusing on pelvic area anatomy and how to use this cushion device.
Pelvic floor. That's a big area of wellness right now.
It is. And for people just starting out, they offer a comprehensive 3-in-1 course bundle that covers the big three: fat freezing, muscle stimulation, and laser lipolysis, a foundational package.
Okay, now what's really fascinating here, I think, is not just the treatments themselves, but how Bodi Slim seems to support salon owners in actually building successful businesses. It feels like the training goes beyond just the technical how-to.
It absolutely does. That comes through strongly.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya has personally trained, the number mentioned is over 700 plus salons across Australia and New Zealand.
Wow, 700 plus sole.
Yeah. And she directly addresses a critical issue, a common pitfall that many practitioners face. The sources quote her saying, "Most people waste money on body contouring courses because there's no after support or they're not told the proper information."
That sounds frustratingly common in many training fields.
It does. So Bodi Slim's solution seems pretty comprehensive. They provide ongoing mentor support, primarily through a private Facebook group.
Okay, community support.
Yeah, but also 24/7 support, which includes, and this is quite futuristic, an AI-trained twin of Tanya.
An AI twin? Seriously?
Apparently, yes. Trained on all their course material, common questions, FAQs. The idea is it provides instant, accurate answers, which you can imagine is a huge benefit for busy salon owners who need a quick clarification.
That's kind of wild, AI mentoring.
Isn't it? Plus, they offer more traditional support like digital products for salons, templates, guides, things like that, and dedicated business mentoring. So tech skills plus business skills.
Okay, if we connect this to the bigger picture then, it really seems like community is key here. It's not just about getting a certificate and being left alone. It's about being part of something larger.
That's a fantastic observation, yeah. And it's something the sources highlight quite significantly. There's this supportive body contouring community on Facebook with, again, 700 plus like-minded queens.
Queens. Okay.
Yeah, that's the term used. It's specifically described as a non-judgmental safe space for sharing tips, asking questions, learning from each other, networking.
So peer-to-peer support.
Exactly. And this seems to connect directly to Tanya's personal advocacy, particularly for women in business, encouraging them to find confidence, to expand their treatment menus, fostering this really collaborative environment.
That's powerful.
It really is. It underlines the idea that success in this industry isn't just about individual skill, but maybe about that collective support and shared knowledge too.
And speaking of empowerment and support, the scholarship program really stands out. That sounds like a pretty unique opportunity, a powerful initiative to remove barriers, maybe.
It truly does seem that way. It's called the Bodi Slim Sculpting Empowerment Scholarship, and it's presented as Australia's first and only fully funded, award-winning body sculpting scholarship program.
Fully funded.
Yes. And it's apparently gained global recognition. The stated aim is to empower women specifically by removing those financial barriers that might prevent them from getting this kind of high-level training.
That's fantastic. How often do they award it?
Winners are announced half-yearly, so every June and December. And just as the side note, there's a charitable aspect mentioned too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bodi Slim supports SSS, the Save a Dog scheme. It's a Melbourne-based no-kill animal rescue organization. Been around since 1985.
That's a nice touch. Shows a broader sense of community commitment, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this all sounds very advanced and positive, but it does raise an important question. For anyone involved in this field, whether you're a practitioner or maybe you're thinking about being a client, how do we navigate safety?
Crucial question.
There are always risks, right, in any aesthetic procedure. Understanding them seems vital.
Absolutely. Safety is paramount, and the sources do address it directly. For instance, they acknowledge a rare side effect called PAH.
PAH, what's that?
Paradoxical adipose hyperplasia. It's linked specifically with cryolipolysis, the fat-freezing one.
Okay, paradoxical means it does the opposite.
Exactly. In very rare cases, instead of shrinking, the treated fat area actually expands and hardens over time.
Whoa, okay, that sounds not good.
It's not ideal, no. But its rarity is emphasized. However, the fact that it can happen really underscores why rigorous training and strict protocols are so incredibly critical.
Right. You need to know what you're doing and what to look for.
Precisely. So Bodi Slim's training, it heavily emphasizes proper training, consent forms, and safety protocols. The goal is explicitly to protect both the clients and the practitioner's businesses.
Makes sense. Informed consent is key.
Definitely. The philosophy seems to be about learning with confidence, not fear. And that confidence comes from comprehensive safety education. Tanya also provides TJ compliance guidance, likely referring to Therapeutic Goods Administration compliance here in Australia, and emphasizes anatomy-based training for courses like the G5 machine.
So you understand what you're massaging or treating underneath the skin?
Exactly. Understanding the structures, the systems, operate from a fundamental anatomical level, not just superficially.
It really sounds like a holistic approach, covering the tech, the business, the community, and the safety, which is vital in this field. So looking ahead then, what does the future hold for Bodi Slim and this international level body sculpting education they're promoting?
The vision seems clearly global, yeah. The sources state Bodi Slim is now enrolling worldwide students.
Worldwide?
Yep. And that their training is available or becoming available in the USA and UK specifically. This points to a significant global reach they're aiming for, taking their specific approach to international level body sculpting education far beyond just Australia.
Setting a global standard, perhaps.
That seems to be the ambition, yes.
And that really wraps up our deep dive today into the fascinating world of non-invasive body contouring. We've journeyed through some pretty cutting-edge treatments.
Definitely. From fat freezing to muscle stimulation and advanced laser tech.
Explored the innovative training methods of Bodi Slim and its founder, Tanya White, that whole holistic approach.
And the importance of combining technical skill with business acumen and safety protocols.
And we delved into the supportive community that seems to be really driving success in this industry.
Yeah, we've seen how science, specialized training, and that strong sense of community are all converging to shape a really dynamic field, making these advanced aesthetic solutions more accessible and hopefully more effective and safer.
So as you go about your day, here's a thought maybe to ponder. In a world that's increasingly focused on both personal well-being and professional growth,
Mm-hmm.
how will these ongoing advancements in non-invasive aesthetic technologies continue to shape things? Not just, our appearances, but maybe also the very landscape of small businesses and entrepreneurial empowerment, especially perhaps for women in business.
That's a great question to leave folks with. Lots to think about.
Definitely. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.